Hey guys, welcome to another commentary done by Diggty. This is again for StarCastTV, and in the upper right hand corner we have nothing other than, I guess you can't really tell by the name, but that is Effort, starting as, I almost want to call that like a skin color, Peach Zerg, Flesh. It is Flesh Zerg, bottom left hand corner. We have none other than Queen as the green Zerg. This is going to be on Benzene, and this is going to be a fierce ZVZ. Both these guys, absolute legends, both of them ASL champs, both of them incredible Zerg players. Legendary, really. You have Effort, who just, I'm not sure I can sing high enough praises. He's just insanely good. Has a long legacy. He hasn't been playing up to his full potential lately. In the recent season of ASL 14, we have seen Queen known for all sorts of incredible Zerg play, including inventing 973, bringing about, I think, arguably being the player who brought about a more stabilized macro style of Zerg play as of late. Looks like we are seeing a 9-pool on his side. Looks like we're seeing an Overlord first build for Queen that is in theory going to give an economic lead to Queen. And Queen actually, whenever I've seen Queen in ZVZ play, oftentimes opens with the more economic style and seems to just have a fantastic job of playing strong defensive Zerg play in almost a smothering fashion. Seeing an 11 hatch, 10 or 11 hatch there from Queen. So it's going to be initial Zergling pressure with a rush potentially to layer for Effort to try to get maybe that tech lead. But there's going to be more larva on the ground for Queen. And it is possible we're going to see Queen shift either to overwhelming Zerglings in the mid game after getting Zergling speed, or potentially opting for more of a defensive route as far as a follow-up, going something Spore Colony. We'll have to see. Either way, more gas going to be on Effort's side. We are seeing Zergling speed being researched, so not skipping Zergling speed initially. First Zerglings on the way. Overlord's actually is going to be in position to see them incoming. Spawning pool only about 2/3 finished. So there is going to be opportunity, but this is a large map. Either way, Zerglings are going to be building as this attack squad is making its way in. 6 Zerglings now building, but the drones are probably going to have to pull off the line to provide some additional defense. Natural expansion now online, so now there's a larva advantage on Queen's side. Natural expansion taking hits, and there's a lot of Zerglings coming across the way. There is no stop on Effort's part. Drones pulling off to try to get some damage on these Zerglings and pull them off the lines. It looks like they are going to back off. That is going to be a bit of an economic hit. One drone getting taken out. The Zerglings now engaging. Keep in mind there's more on the way. Drones mixing it up. The ramp is breached. And now the drones and additional Zerglings for Queen trying to hunt down the 3 drones that were mining, taking some damage. Right now, Queen not mining at all. More Zerglings being produced, but more Zerglings are attacking that natural expansion, creating a split front. The pure Zergling count, I believe, has evened up. But as far as drones left over, it's actually going to be 9-9. And Lair is finished and Spire's on the way. So if Queen's going to stay in this, an evolution chamber is going to be necessary. Also, that second hatchery is taking quite a bit of hit. Drone getting picked off by some sneaky Zerglings. The Zerglings still wandering around the main, looking for opportunities. So Queen having to stay on absolute guard, is not mining gas at all. And pushing up a counterattack now that Zergling speed's kicked in on the opposite side. So chasing down, maybe wanting to hit a window before that Spire comes online. But I think it's going to be too little too late. Single Zergling still trying to do it. Sorry, the Overlord here. It looks like the Zerglings have been cleaned up in the main for Queen. Queen producing more Zerglings flooding across. A couple Zerglings have been split off, maybe to go for a backstab. But now if Effort holds the ramp and that Spire finishes, Mutalisks in the air are going to end this game. Preventative Sunken Colony down as well. So Queen actually up a few workers, but way down in the tech battle. Zerglings chasing this down. 2 have managed to slip through. There's more Zerglings being produced. For Queen, it looks like these two gonna slip through, might get a kill. At the very least, they're disrupting more mining here at the natural expansion. Even gonna be able to make their way up into the main. And I still see no anti-air yet from Queen. Just nothing but Zerglings. These two Zerglings attacking. Huge attack of those latent Zerglings to buy time at that natural. There's the evolution chamber finally, about halfway finished, as the first Mutalisks are flocking out. And now Queen, with these Zerglings, might want to send them out on the field just to keep those Mutalisks distracted. Creep Colony being built preemptively to try to morph as quickly as possible. This is going to be close. Spore Colony at the main. Spore Colony at the natural expansion. The Mutalisks already in flight. 3 on the way. And a single Zergling finally getting cleaned up there. Some other Zerglings maybe going for a counterattack, but keep in mind the Sunken here. There's also that latent Mutalisk. This Mutalisk able to get, it looks like, a drone kill at the natural expansion, but going to be pulled back otherwise. The second Spore being dropped. Queen is going to survive and actually has, so being down in air control, being down in pure tech, but still up 2 bases. Effort is a follow-up. As soon as he clears out some of these Zerglings, should be able to take his natural expansion. So Queen is surviving, but it takes a lot to get back and to catch up in the Mutalisk count when you're this far behind. And see if a second gas gets grabbed to try to make up that difference. Gonna set up a second Spore, so it's gonna be 17 drones for Queen for the moment, but there is now the race to get some sort of anti-air up to try to balance out the air count. And more Mutalisks joining the fray. Overlord taken out. That's gonna put Queen into the red. The Zerglings trying to stream across. And considering there's still a Sunken Colony there standing, I don't know how much of a threat these Zerglings are gonna be. Maybe they can find an attack, deny some patches to the northern corridor, maybe get some gas damage there. It looks like they're just going to dive in, see what they can get. Some disruption in mining, but not getting a lot accomplished. The Mutalisks looking for any stragglers, any overlords that might be in a bad position. More Spore Colonies being dropped. Lair is being teched at the natural. Try to add some health to that hatchery as well. The drones getting poked. Effort feeling free to trade Mutalisks at this stage, as he's able to build them and Queen's not, for drone kills. Queen's still trying to drone underneath this, but right now, if Queen doesn't get more anti-air, Effort's just going to have an indomitable lead as far as air control. 3 Spore Colonies currently trying to defend what they can. 1 Mutalisk being taken out, but a lot of disruption here at the natural expansion. The drones being pulled back. Actually, not even mining the second gas. That actually would have been a big boon to get that second gas up and rolling. Lair is up. Spire just dropping. Some Zerglings coming across, and it looks like this might be the death knell, because I don't think Queen, first of all, I'm not sure if Queen realizes these Zerglings are incoming, but between the Queen's Mutalisks and Zerglings, that should be sufficient to finish things out. Queen, actually, with the game sense, building a handful of Zerglings. It doesn't look sufficient, honestly. Maybe wanting to harass this natural expansion. There's 2 Zerglings, honestly. Reinforcement should be able to wipe that out. So the Zerglings sweeping through. Drones coming off the line to try to provide some defense. And Mutalisks cleaning up the Zerglings that were trying to come back and reinforce. Drones fighting for their lives here at the natural expansion. And now Spore Colonies taking damage. Queen looks like Queen's gonna lose control of this natural. That was the one advantage that was in this game, but mostly negated from that Mutalisk harass. And with that opened up, diving on top of the drones, inflicting additional damage. More Zerglings pouring across to try to defend. That evolution chamber needs to stay up for Queen, because that is the potential only source of anti-air, at least for a few moments. That Spire just about to finish. More Zerglings being produced. The Zerglings trying to engage, but there's Mutalisks right there. The attack pack now in the main. The Zerglings being boxed out by those Mutalisks on the ramp. It looks like they're going to go for a counterattack across midfield as spores are being attacked. However, Mutalisks are being produced at the main. Queen does have a few drones to spare here. The drones pulling off the line. Great drone drills, picking off those Zerglings, and all of a sudden, the worker count's about even. The Zerglings again doing some more damage at that natural. Some Zerglings have flooded through. It looks like they want to take down that natural expansion. Maybe some drones there. The Mulus being pulled back to deal with that Zergling threat. Spread everywhere from Queen. The Zerglings still in the main. On this side of the map, the Zerglings still trying to hunt down those drones. 5 of the Zerglings being pulled back to provide defense. And now, as things are settling, an Overlord might get taken out for Effort, but Effort all of a sudden up 4 drones, has a natural expansion, can cap that second gas, has a much larger air fleet for the time being. Carapace 1 on the way as well. No Carapace upgrade as of yet for Queen. There is a bit of a reprieve as Effort has been put into the red with that Overlord kill, but still up a decent supply. Zerglings pushing in, disrupting a bit of mining here at the natural expansion. 2 mules trying to get out there and do something, but getting hunted by this pack of 7. Scourge looking to hunt any sort of new spawn. Some Zerglings actually able to mix it up there at the natural. And so a bit of micro across 2 fields. Looks like that's been cleaned up, been able to empty out that natural expansion. Queen all of a sudden up workers. No mules there to pick off. These 2 mules going to return home. But the Mulus count still drastically in Effort's favor, plus that Carapace upgrade on the way. Overlord getting canceled there. Odd play. I'm wondering what the reasoning was behind that. Scourge out, the drones scattering just in case those Mulus were going for, you can see them hugging the spore colonies. More Zerglings being produced, making their way across. The Scourge might be able to see them midfield. That should give... So, yeah, going to take out an Overlord right there. Actually keep Effort in the red. Might provide some time for some economic catch-up. Up to 3-4 Mulisks now, so that count is growing, but Effort's Mulus count has grown as well. Zerglings sweeping in. Quickly getting picked out. They might be able to get some scouting information, but it doesn't look like they're going to get much else. Getting pushed back. So Queen, as the drone count is now evening, still behind in Mutalisks, and once that +1 Carapace kicks on, I don't think the Spore Colony is going to be enough to provide solid defense in the difference. However, Queen hoping to force a fight over those spores. I don't think Effort's going to allow that. Actually breaking off the Mutalisk, maybe checking for Zerglings across that corner. But right now, Effort well saturated. Queen still has managed to hold a drone lead throughout this. Still down 4 supply. An Overlord goes down. That's going to put Queen into the red. So nice suicide in this economic battle. Mulus trying to get additional hits. 1 Mulus goes down. It's actually 8-8, but +1 Carapace online for Effort. In an open field fight, that does mean with equivalent micro, Effort should win that fight. However, Queen has managed to sneak 3 drones out extra. Back is against the wall, but if you can just hold on a little bit longer and somehow find a nice fight, I don't know, get a nice micro fight on the corner, still in this match. And this just shows you Queen's tenacity in these long macro defensive games. Mulus engaging, Overlord's exposed. 1 Mulus goes down. 3 are being held back. I'm not sure if that's just control group issues or what. They could have been beneficial in that fight. That Overlord's going to get picked off again, putting Queen into the red, where Queen needs that spare supply. Drones continuing to well saturate the main and the natural. Queen still up 4 drones somehow, but needs to be able to translate that into army. Dropping a 3rd hatchery to find spare larva. Drones getting picked off on the corner. Yet another Mutilus losing its life for the Effort, though. No pun intended. Scourge able to sneak through the lines, looking to scout and see what the saturation is on the opposite side of the field. But a 3rd hatchery out of the eyes of the Scourge is being planted at that 1 o'clock location. This hatchery is going to land a little bit earlier, and with that drone lead difference, it is possible that Queen might have found the moment to at least equalize the army count. The upgrade count is still going to be in Effort's corner for quite some time. Level 1 weapons is nearly finished, and level 1 armor is a ways off for Queen. So if Queen's going to pull back into this, Queen does need to just outproduce Effort, and currently Effort has the larger army and the better upgrades. The Mules just hit harder. Regathering, some Scourge joining the fray. And I think looking to potentially close it out over the natural expansion. More drones getting picked off. Effort trying to be patient with this and draw the forces out. Some Zerglings trying to shoot the gap. They're getting picked off. Almost instantaneously, some Scourge getting wiped out. On the opposite side, 1 o'clock base is now complete. And that's going to provide additional larvae and potentially additional mining. So keep in mind that base is out in the field as well. Which means that could be additional gas and additional mining for Effort should the game linger on. 8 supply lead currently for Effort. +1 Carapace has finished. +2 Carapace on the way. +1 weapons has finished. No +2 Carapace as of yet for Effort. So Effort currently with the upgrade lead. Queen backing up, trying to macro. Still has that 3 drone lead. But as the 1 o'clock base starts to saturate, slowly and surely, the thin thread of hope that Queen had in this match is going to diminish. As far as raw Mutalisk counts, it looks like we've got just over a control group for Queen, where we have definitely, it looks like a control group and a half plus Scourge for Effort. Plus keep in mind that upgrade difference. Actually, even more sizable than that. So 2.5 control groups of Mutalisks. Thank you, Effort, for spreading those out perfectly so I could register that. Supply counts evening up. And keep in mind, Queen probably needed an advantage here. A Zergling escaping out into the open might be able to confirm that 1 o'clock base, which should provoke some action. Some more Zerglings running across the field. Maybe can mix something up. That Zergling actually is going to break the lines, find that 1 o'clock base. And Queen making moves. Mutalisks moving out. Zerglings looking to engage as well. There's a Sunken Colony being morphed at the natural expansion. These Mutalisks taking some shots in between that Queen cannot afford. Zerglings sweeping through. Queen engaging over the natural. And the Mutalisks, with the splash from Queen, might be able to kill some drones underneath, but this is at a bad reinforcement point. Plus these Mutalisks, they're outnumbered and outdamaged. So with that, Effort going to wipe out what is left. The last few Mutalisks being sent home, trying to escape, and that is going to be GG. Queen almost finding a way to pull back into it, but Effort able to close it out. And a great match on Benzene. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.